Minnesota Aviation Hall of Fame for several years. Before we get to that, though, I want to give Mayor Case, Ron Case here from Eden Prairie, a few seconds just to say some words.
Thank you so much. It used to be a few minutes, now it's a few seconds, so I'll make this really rush. I just want to also not just acknowledge Bob because he is the, I was going to say the brains and the genius, but Judy is the brains and the genius behind the whole operation. I wanted to recognize her as well, but Bob clearly with all his time and effort over the months and years, he's amazing. So maybe a round of applause for Bob and Judy. You can clap for yourself. A couple people have come up this morning and thanked me for being here. I'm not even sure how to respond sometimes to that because it's my honor, it's my privilege to be here. This is quite the operation, and not only to be in this asset, this museum, this amenity for our city, but to be here today recognizing the true heroes. I've met a couple of you that will be honored this evening into the Hall of Fame. So again, I'm just really appreciative to be part of this. And Eden Prairie is so fortunate and lucky, really lucky, I guess, I don't know, to have an amenity like this when all other airports and cities around us, there's 7 reliever airports. I suppose this type of museum could have been at one of the other 6, but we're really fortunate to have it here in Eden Prairie. So thank you, Bob. Thank you all the people that helped to make this possible. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to turn the mic over now to Brandon Montaigne from the Minnesota Aviation Hall of Fame with some words about their group.
Hey, good afternoon. Thank you all for coming out today. Also want to thank, obviously, Wings of the North for making this possible to house our plaques. Otherwise, plaques that highlight these awesome individuals from Minnesota that do great things in aviation. You're going to be sitting in an office somewhere with no windows and you want to be able to see that. So, appreciate that. And you know, it's a difficult thing when you develop recommendations for people for Hall of Fame. There's a long list of packages that come in for them. To actually select them is extremely difficult. The committee, I know how hard it is, because you're looking at these people with these great careers in aviation and all the great things they've done. So what you see up here is really the cream of the crop of what comes in every year. So again, thank you, Mr. North, for allowing us to have this space.
Thank you, Brad. We're very proud to be able to partner with the Hall of Fame. We're going to be unveiling 7 plaques. We're very fortunate to have a couple of these individuals here with us today. I'd like to have Jim Goodall. Jim, you here? Come on up if you want to say just a few words.
Thank you all. I'm honored to be here. I was an integral part of the Minnesota Air National Guard Museum. I was there, I was a wing historian. I was also the wing's chief scrounger. Scrounged the Blackbird. I was there for 15 years. But more importantly, I asked Scrounge TC-5s to move it here. And when Pratt & Whitney was trying to get a Blackbird, they contacted the Air Force and said, "Can we lease it?" They C-5. I said, "Sure." It's $967,000 a day plus gas. And I scrounged 2 of them for free with 24 crew members. So that was to me the heart and soul of the Minnesota Air Guard Museum. But I've loved airplanes since I was a little boy. And I was about 5 years old. I ever got to bed. So my dad came in the bedroom and I said, "There's something coming. You have to see it." And I went outside and over the Coast Mountains, over San Jose, came 24 Convair B-36s. If you don't know what a B-36 is, there's only 5 of them left in the world. There's one at Pima Air Museum, out of Tucson. And there's sort of scattered around. But there are 10 engines, 260-foot wingspan, 50 hours unrefueled, crew of 27. So, and that affected my entire life. And then when I was 11, I got locked in the cockpit of the XL-104 at NASA Ames. It wasn't Ames back then. I couldn't get the canopy unlocked. I had to call shore patrol, got our butts chewed. And that was almost 60 years ago. My family still hurts. And then on March 10th, 1964, I saw my very first Blackbird. And that's affected me the rest of my life. And I ended up becoming an expert in Blackbird. But people, I wasn't born in Minnesota. I have 2 boys buried here. I have 2 ex-wives that live here. And when people say, "Where are you from?" I said, "I'm from Minnesota." I've always, once I came here, I realized the Minnesota nice. I don't know how it is today, but when I came here in '71, it was wonderful. And I love my home. And this is my home, is Minnesota Air Guard. And I'm so honored to, I think Gina Andriotti submitted my name. But I'm here. I drove 2 days. The longest day was about 950 miles. But I have a fast car. It's good gas mileage. So. And that's about it. I will see you tonight. Thanks for showing up.
Thanks, Jim. Jim, how many books have you written? 29 books. So a great source for information. Also today we're fortunate to have Bob Cabana with us from NASA. He'll be inducted tonight, and also a crew.
Thanks, Bob. I just want to thank Brandon in the Minnesota Aviation Hall of Fame. I can't tell you what an honor it is for me, a boy who grew up in South Minneapolis and spent his summers milking cows and mowing alfalfa on his grandparents' farm, to be recognized like this by the people of his home state. I've had a blessed career. I'm so proud to be able to accomplish all the things I did, but this really means a lot to me. Thank you so much, and I look forward to talking to folks tonight.
Thank you, Joe. I'd like to read the names of the 7 people who are being inducted tonight, and then Sherry is going to come up and we're going to have a little champagne toast. Those of you who would like to join us of a certain age, please grab a glass. The 7 inductees for the Minnesota Aviation Hall of Fame this year are Mark Baker, Bob Cabana, Randy Korfman, Jim Goodall, Amanda Lee, Clarence Kratz, and Nicholas Mamer. And they will all be inducted tonight down at the Mystic Lake Center. Hopefully some of you will be down there with us. Sherry, I will leave it to you.
Thank you, Bob. Well, I have the pleasure of giving you all a little toast to celebrate today, to celebrate our partnership with Wings of the North. I think that our collaboration is really special, and we really appreciate all that you guys do here, and for allowing us to be the home for the Hall of Fame plaques. It means a lot to us. So thank you very much, and without further ado, Brandon and I are going to unveil. So cheers, everyone. Okay.